Alright, so last week we got snapshot 23W06A, which added the new display entities. The first thing I thought when I saw those was I absolutely need to add this. So I went into my snapshot test world, played around with it, tested out the new entities, and I ended up finding out that they completely glitch out when you try to make them ride things. That kind of threw a wet blanket over my plans, and I was sad for the next week until this morning. We just now got 23W07A, and yeah, I know everyone's excited about archaeology and the sniffer and the cherry blossoms, but the thing that made me the most happy was that you can now safely cause display entities to ride other entities, like living mobs, for example. So upon seeing this, I quickly got to work, and well, here you have it. Mob health bars. These health bars actively keep up with the health of whatever entity they're attached to. They even start to change colors when the mob gets lower and lower on health. Eventually their health gets down really low, and when you finally kill the entity, the health bar disappears. They respond appropriately to varying amounts of damage, and they even correctly respond to the mob being healed. Also, as you can see, they do keep up with each individual mob correctly. Each mob has its own health bar, and none of them really interfere with each other. They all kind of stick to their own entity. Now, as you may have guessed, this is actually a data pack, and the way it works is that I can assign a health bar to any entity by running the following function on it. I simply execute as the entity that I want to give a health bar and run the function healthbars : apply health bar. If I press enter right now, this creeper will, well, he'll get a health bar above his head. And as I said before, from this point on, that health bar will track his health. Given that it requires an entire separate function to apply the health bar to a mob, I kind of figured that this data pack would be used in tandem with other data packs. Like, for example, someone was building a mob arena and they just wanted every mob to be spawned to have a health bar. Well, they could install my data pack and just run that function on every mob that gets spawned. However, for the purposes of testing and debug and convenience, I have added another way to apply these health bars that's much more player-centric. If I run the following function, healthbars : get pointer, I'll get a carrot on a stick, which is called health bar pointer. Now this pointer is programmed with a ray tracing algorithm that allows me to point at any mob and right click to give that mob a health bar, like this. It works from different orientations and between different mobs, and the health bars you get from this pointer work exactly like any other. Now, as you may have guessed, this health bar texture is not something that is native to the game, and in fact, it is a custom texture pack. I created the texture pack myself, and it's really simplistic because, you know, I'm anything but an artist. Now might be a good time to mention that both the texture pack and the data pack that governs the health bars are available for download in the video description. I would also love to see someone create a better texture pack, maybe using some more artistic skills. If you do, please let me know, that would be awesome. However, I am also aware that some of you may not want to use a texture pack. Maybe texture packs aren't your thing, or maybe you want to put this on a server and you don't want to force people to have to download the texture pack. And for that reason, I have decided to also make a version of this data pack that no longer uses custom textures and instead uses the text display entity. I'll go ahead and show you what this looks like on spiders, you know, just to prove to you that creepers aren't the only thing this works on. If I use the health bar pointer on the spider, the health bar that shows up is now actually made of text. I can punch the spider and the text retracts just like the regular health bar does. The function I used from earlier also still works. If I go ahead and do that, I will put this on the spider, and the health bars behave pretty much the same as before. The only difference is visual. Now, I am very sad to say that this does not work for players. As I explained before, these health bars are display entities that are set to riding another entity. And unfortunately, the ride command does not allow for things to ride on top of players. I personally believe that should be changed, and it might actually be changed by the time 1.20 rolls around, but for now, this function does not work at all if you try to use it on players. Also, I personally think that these text health bars look pretty good. I mean, yeah, you can obviously tell it's text, but it almost looks like a charging battery symbol, and I really like it. So maybe that in itself is a reason to not use the texture pack. I don't know, you do you, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about everything. As I said before, the data packs and texture pack are all available to download in the description. The data pack for text, this kind of health bar right here, should be titled Health Bars Text. The other one that I showed at the beginning should be called Health Bars Textured. And the resource pack is Health Bars Textures. And yeah, I'm just realizing now that those names sound way too much like each other, but who cares? Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment if you liked it, and I will see you all later.